Welcome back. So, today we will talk about. Today we start a new course. In this course, we will try to talk about AWS Serverless and what is important and what are the most famous services in it. And this will be the first video in it. After that, we'll try to continue to talk more advanced stuff like Lambda function. It's a free API gateways and so on and so forth. So I guess I started to build this course because I didn't found a good resource on YouTube to teach AWS Serverless. So because of that, I thought it would be a good idea to create this course. So what is AWS Serverless? What is from the word is that there is no server. And this is kind of right. Basically, AWS Serverless is a cloud computing model provided by Amazon Web Server that allows developers to build and run applications and services without having managing infrastructure. In this model, the server management and capacity planning decisions are handled by AWS and not by us. And this enabling developers to focus slowly on writing code and creating applications. So let's try to think how that works. Let's say that I'm a developer and I have code, and I want this code to make this code available on the internet. If I want this code to be available on the internet, I should host this code by like a machine, like a server, and this server has an IP address, and the users will try to connect with the IP address to be able to see my code and run my code. And in order to make sure that I will run my code to the server, I should go through a production environment. So basically what will happen there right now, let's say that I will host my code on like an EC2 machine. Let's say that I will have like an EC2 machine, and this EC2 machine will try to host my code in it, and I should make sure that I should to make sure that the EC2 machine is available. It will not be break. I should also make full infrastructure. So I should add like a load balancer. I should add multiple auto-scaling groups for the EC2. I should add tons of stuff, and it's really tedious work. It's really tough. But in AWS Serverless, I do not have to do all of that. I think that I have to do, I have only to care about the code. That's it. I should build the code, and that's it. I don't have to do anything more. And this is what we call a function as a service, or FaaS. Which of course it's not function only, but you can think about it like that, because I only think about the code and I only create the code. What is AWS Serverless? So basically, no server management. We do not manage server. As you can see, I have only the code and I just write the code. So developers do not need to provision or maintain any servers. The AWS platform automatically handles the infrastructure by themselves. The other thing that it's good that it's flexible, the flexibility scaling. The serverless applications automatically scale according to the workload, from a few requests per day to thousands per second. It scales seamlessly. The other thing about let us type all of that so we will not forget it. So we said that the first thing that we do not have to manage, no server management at all from our side. And let me make this quite smaller, and let's make it green. And the second thing that we could talk about, that it's quite flexible when it comes to scaling. And the third thing we can talk about, which is a huge one, is the cost. So basically we have pay for use. So you only pay for the compute time you consume. There is no charge when your code is not running. Also, that we can talk about that it's good about serverless, or what is about serverless is the integrated services. So AWS Serverless is integrated with other AWS services, providing a complete ecosystem for building complex application. Also, we can talk about the high availability and the automaticity. So basically here in terms of the high availability, like the serverless applications have built-in available and fault tolerance, eliminating the need to set up these features manually. So I do not have to worry about the infrastructure at all. Like everything will run seamlessly. I only have to care about the logic and the code. And there are some key servers, there are some key serverless services, and let's just try to talk about these ones. So let's talk about the services, and let's just make this quite bigger, please, and make it. And in this one, let's copy this and edit here. That would be great. The first service that we can talk about, maybe I guess there are some services that we will talk about in this course. So the key services, the first one, it will be the AWS Lambda. And this is the most famous one, I guess, and this one that we will spend time the most, because AWS Lambda, it's run code in response to triggers such as changes in the data system state, or maybe like a file being uploaded to the AWS S3, a request coming from API gateway, and so on and so forth. We have the Amazon API gateway, and this one, the Amazon API gateway, creates and publish and secure APIs scale. We have the Amazon S3. I guess, I hope you know what Amazon S3 is. Amazon S3 store and retrieve any amount of data anytime. And also we have the DynamoDB in Amazon DynamoDB, and this one is fast and flexible NoSQL database service. And we have AWS step functions, and this one, it's like coordinate multiple AWS services into serverless workflows. So okay, so let's just talk about why we need the serverless. I guess it's a quite, let me copy this. So let's just try to talk about why we need the serverless. And it's a pretty easy and to understand this one. And let's just scroll this one down. So the first thing that it's because the first thing that, and I guess it will be quite obvious, is that you can be faster time to market. So by removing the need to manage infrastructure, developers can focus on writing application code, speeding up the development and deployment process. The other thing that would be good is the cost effective. So you only pay for resources you consume, which can lead to significant cost saving, especially for application with variable traffic. The other thing that it's good about it is scalability. So applications can automatically scale to handle high loads without requiring manual intervention or pre-provisioning. So fourth, it will be we reduce the operational overhead. So serverless architecture reduce the operational burden of security patching, monitoring, and server maintaining. Also, we have the other thing that will be good, like why we need or why it's a good idea to use serverless, is that when you have a high availability and it's high availability and reliability. So AWS global infrastructure ensures high availability and robustness of the serverless application. Also, we have the agility innovation. So basically here it encourages a microservices architecture, leading to more agile development and innovation. And in conclusion, AWS Serverless is particularly beneficial for applications with unpredictable or variable workloads, microservices architecture, and for companies looking for reduce operational complexity and cost. It's widely used in building APIs, web applications, real-time file or data processing system, and much more. So that's the first video about AWS, and this is why we need it. And in the next video, we start to talk about the AWS Lambda, which will take us a lot of time. Maybe we can make like, I guess, 20-30 video only about AWS Lambda, because it's a huge topic. And yeah, so for now, thank you for listening, and I hope you like my content. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and see you guys in future problem.